guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Reiley if you're new here. I am a licensed cosmetologist in the state of California, and today we're going to be doing a video all about how I schedule and book my client. First, I just wanted to put a disclaimer out there. I sound a little weird because I've definitely been sick the last 4 days. Also, why I look like this and have no makeup on. However, I did have this video planned to go up for today, and we're trying to make my dreams come true and happen so we don't take days off around here. With that being said, I don't have COVID. I have gotten 2 COVID tests since my first symptoms, and luckily I am COVID free as of now. Knock on wood, my goodness. I am still staying inside and away from people because I care about others. So let's continue with the video. So you might have noticed, or you might have seen, that I actually have this same exact video that I filmed about a year ago on my channel. If you haven't seen that, I will link that down below. That video is extremely helpful if you are curious about the app StyleSeat. I used and loved StyleSeat for probably about 2 years, but at this point it does not work for my business anymore. I feel like in ways I actually outgrew StyleSeat. Like I said, it just doesn't work for me anymore. So the number one reason that I switched from StyleSeat is that they actually boost your profile. This is a great tool if you are a beginner or you are trying to gain a clientele. Whoever has the app StyleSeat, they will throw your page out to them, be like, check this person out, book an appointment with this person. And while that was great when I was building, towards the end of my use of StyleSeat, I was accepting new clients, but they had to have a consultation first, and StyleSeat was promoting my profile, so these random people were booking. I didn't know what they wanted, how much time it was gonna take, if anything was on their hair to begin with. So that was just one of the reasons that StyleSeat no longer worked for me. Another thing was, in order to book the appointment, they did require a card on file, which was great, but if someone didn't show up or someone canceled their appointment, it was really hard for me to enforce my policy and to charge their card. The times that I would, it wouldn't go through because the card was either invalid, fake, or they took it off. Like I said, I loved it for the majority of the time that I had it. I still miss it sometimes. It is extremely user-friendly. Yeah, I just outgrew it. So now I have completely upgraded my booking system for new clients and current clients. What I have now works really well for me, and I think that I will continue to do it this way for years to come. That being said, I do eventually plan on switching to a website here in the next couple months. Basically, all that will change is just everything will be in one place instead of a million different links. I am using Square now. Square is an appointment app, and then you can also accept payments with it, which is exactly what I do. It's so nice to have everything in one. I am able to send invoices so they don't actually have to be there to pay. They're paying for their extension deposit or a color deposit. I can actually send an invoice and it can be paid, and I don't even have to worry about them being there physically in the salon. It also does take a card on file if you book an appointment, and then also if you are going to be a returning client and you want to just save a card on file, it allows you to do that. It also allows you to swipe a card to pay and then also insert a chip. It tracks your income, which is so nice for taxes. So nice to have everything in one place so you know how much money you're making by the day, by the week, by the month, by the year. And then lastly, it actually gives you the option to build a website with them. So mine is reileydoeshair.com, where my clients can go and book their appointments. Everything is in one place. There are so many options you can do with it, and honestly, I've just fell in love with it because it's so easy. So I let my returning clients or someone who has seen me at least once book their own appointment. So they go onto my website, which I always keep in my Instagram bio, and they can book their own appointments through Square. It will send them text reminders. It'll give them an option to put a card on file, and it gives them the option to cancel or reschedule the appointment. When they book the appointment, they actually request it. So after they book it, I get a notification. So-and-so has requested this day and time for this service, and I go in and approve it or deny it. So as far as returning clients, it's pretty much the same as it was. Super easy. They can go book themselves. As far as my new clients, this is where a lot has changed. So I've always done consultations when I have new clients because I feel like that's just so important. And as I've started to build my dream clientele, I suddenly don't want box dye anymore. I don't want color corrections anymore. Now, starting out, it's a little bit different because you almost have to accept those kinds of appointments, and I definitely did my fair share of them. But at this point in my career, I'm just not interested in the 10-hour-long appointment. So I used to do consultations over DM. I would have people send me pictures. I would have people say what they want. But as I got busier, I just did not have time for the back and forth. They would send a message, I would get back to them in a day. They would send it back in the next hour. I would would get back to them in 2 days. It was just a really long process and was not efficient at all. So what I decided to do was build a new client form. This was so easy and efficient because everything is all there. So I actually did that form through a website called Jot Forms. It really just is a series of questions to make sure that we're compatible. So that is another one of those forms that I keep in my Instagram bio through a link tree. So on my link tree, I have my new client form, my current clients, book with me now, and obviously I promote my YouTube channel. Like I said, this will be changing in a couple months. It will just go straight to my website where they can find all this instead of having a link tree, because I do feel like that's like a little bit unprofessional. I don't know, I just don't really like Linktree that much. So clicking on my new client form, it takes you to the Jot Forms website. So it obviously says Reiley Does Hair's new client form. I ask their name, their phone number, their Instagram username, what service type they want, and I really tried to make this super simple. Then I asked them the last time they had their hair done. This gives me an idea of how often they like to come in because of a question I have down below, which is, when are you looking forward to getting your hair done? So then I asked them which best describes your hair. Do you currently have box dye? It's really a case-by-case situation, but box dye is not something I love to work with anymore. I asked when they're looking to get their hair done and which day and times work best for them. And then I asked them to submit their current hair photo and their goal photo. Then I put a little bit of a disclaimer in there, and this is also for my deposit section. So I put, lastly, hair color is an investment and I want to build a long-lasting relationship with your hair. I charge $65 an hour plus product, and a $50 non-refundable retainer is required once the appointment is booked, and this will go towards your first appointment. So after I go over their form and I decide that this client is going to fit in my clientele, I decide to reach out to them through Instagram DM. After me and this client decide on a day and a time that works best for both of us, I send them this new client sheet. So after that, I require a deposit now. So this kind of takes away from adding the card on file that I used to do with StyleSeat. I will say I have had so many less cancellations and no-shows since I started requiring a deposit. Also, I feel like it just makes my business more legit. People don't book the appointment or send the deposit if they don't know they're gonna show up. Now, I used to take deposits through Venmo, but I recently stopped accepting Venmo for multiple reasons. I always claimed my income on Venmo. That has never been a problem for me. But it has been extremely hard to track my income through Venmo. Venmo is just not a legit way to run your business, in my opinion. It just wasn't professional enough for me. People already don't take hairstylists very seriously. So now I am doing invoices. So that is how I book my clients. Things have changed a lot since last year and people take me a lot more seriously. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any video requests, you can leave those down below as well. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Reiley Does Hair, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.